Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duckbricks. I'm Chris, and I just got back from an amazing trip to Singapore with one of my best friends. And you know what? The LEGO experience in Singapore was so crazy that it deserves not one, not two, not three, but 4 separate videos. And when you see this, you'll understand why. Let's backtrack a bit. So over the course of my trip in Singapore, I took about a week to go to pretty much every single store selling LEGO that I could possibly find. And the topic of this video is probably one of the craziest used LEGO stores that I have been to in my life. From having the Bionicle dream IRL to finding official LEGO stores selling used minifigures, nothing compared to what you're about to see at HobbyVerse Singapore. Because you see, HobbyVerse Singapore is not just a secondhand LEGO store, but it also is a full-on LEGO museum in its own right. Now, I was contacted by Nutbricks over on Instagram. Definitely go check him out. I've linked his profile in the description below. And he offered me a full-on tour of Singapore's premier AFOL exhibition hall, secondhand shop, LEGO warehouse that I had never known existed before he DM'd me. So first of all, thank you so much for actually messaging me on Instagram and asking me if I wanted to come take a tour. Obviously, immediately I was like, yes, please, I would like to take a tour. And well, the rest is history, and that's where this video came from. And HobbyVerse Singapore was so cool, I literally had to split it into 2 videos. This video, which is a full tour of the place, a very brief overview of my haul, and tomorrow's video, which will be a full-on shopping spree extravaganza, going into the back rooms, into their massive LEGO warehouse, where they had sealed copies of some of the rarest LEGO sets ever. There were like 7 sealed copies of the original Star Wars Ghost. They had literally hundreds of sealed battle packs. It was like a dream come true. I cannot even describe it with words. You're just gonna have to see for yourselves. And so, without further ado, let's take a trip to what is probably the best and most insane used LEGO store I have ever been to. This is HobbyVerse Singapore. Alright, so I'm here with Nutbricks at HobbyVerse, which they have exclusively opened up for a full tour for me. Why don't you tell us a bit more about what we can see inside?
Right, so HobbyVerse is basically a space where it's a half gallery and a half store, where creators can come here and display their mocks, their builds, and at the same time buy retired sets from all different kinds of teams.
I can't wait to go check it out. Let's go. Alright, let's go on in and check it out. Oh my goodness. First of all, I love the aesthetic of this place. Like, this is, whoa. I'm like overwhelmed. This is like what I want to do in the future when I open up like a LEGO museum. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. Wow. Hi, I'm Chris. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for opening this. Really appreciate it.
Welcome.
Thank you. Wow. Oh my. These sealed castle battle packs, the original Ghost. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Chris. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for opening this up. Really appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So basically, you can see most of the diorama actually is built by Chop.
Oh wow. Okay. This is incredible. Oh my goodness. Wow. I feel like I'm gonna need to spend like an hour in here just looking around.
You can come in the weekend how long you will be in Singapore?
I'll be here for 2 weeks.
Oh, so okay, plenty of time. You can.
Yeah.
Just feel free as you come.
Wow. Oh my goodness. This is built by
Chop. After.
Oh my goodness. This is incredible. Oh, it's like bigger than a lot of the mocks that you see in conventions. Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
Take your time.
Thank you. Nice. Oh my goodness. These are all sealed?
All sealed. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be fine. Oh wow. Even the employee gifts? What is this? 3-in-1? Whoa, I have not even seen this in the box before. Oh wow, so there's a lot of really amazing things here. I'm seeing some employee gift sets, so many unique things, and then oh, this is so cool. Oh my goodness, I'm need this kind of displays in my own collection. This is way better than anything that I've set up. Oh wow.
Yes, yes. This one actually is module case.
Yeah.
Have you heard about it?
No.
No. Okay, we can show you.
Yeah. I mean, I seriously, this is probably one of the best. Are those the Marvels?
Yeah, the new mouse CMS too.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you guys selling them?
Yeah. We just received them.
Okay.
So you can see that. Okay, all this case is made in Singapore.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And some more is stackable. Then you can see this is the aluminum frame.
That's really nice.
Yeah. And then bottom of this one is a plywood with wrapped with the felt. And then you can open. And then this one is a magnet.
Oh.
You can lock.
I definitely need to get this for my own collection. This is incredible. I mean, the setup and the layout is so good.
This is definitely 100. I can say 101% dust free.
Yeah.
Yes. And then in between you can put the partition also, like the full or half.
I see.
And then some more between that you also can stack. Depends on what kind of the orientation you want. For example,
do they ship these to the US? Do they ship these?
Yes, we can do this.
Really? I might actually spend more money on cases here than Lego. I kind of want to get a ton of these.
And this is so-called the DF120 series. Basically, the length is
For nut bricks.
centimeters.
Okay.
Okay, and then beside that, we also have the 60 cm. This is the 30 cm. Basically, you can stack. You can stack on top. Depends on the orientation you want.
Okay. Well, thank you for showing me this.
Yeah.
That is the event exclusive Star Wars Celebration brickheads. I am missing that from my collection. Oh my goodness, I am on the hunt for that. And you have one of the bags with the limited edition C-3POs. Wow.
Yeah, we have three of those UPOs.
Really? We got a superheroes display here. I kind of want to do a full tour of this place, but honestly, I need to take all of this in because I'm still kind of overwhelmed just looking at all the amazing things that you've got here. So, wow,
And feel free to walk around, and after that, you can think how you want to show it.
absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I need to just take this in myself first. Wow, okay. Well, thank you so much for filming. Let's go ahead and take a much closer look at everything there is to see in this incredible space. I need to take some time to actually go around and see what my initial reaction is to everything. But first of all, I do have to open this up, which is a bit of a gift. Thank you so much. You did not need to get me. This is so cute. And there's your Instagram as well. All right, everyone, follow Nutbricks on Instagram. I have it linked in the description below. Huge thank you and shout out to Nutbricks for opening this up for me. Especially because I know it's not open normally today. So thank you so much for doing that. I'm gonna open up this card later on, but seriously, thank you so much. And let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the storage area. Oh my goodness, there's even more sets in here. This is insane. Oh my goodness, you've got... Oh, I definitely want to get this. If you're selling it, I definitely need the Chima Lego game set. Oh wow, this is just racks and racks of Lego sets. I mean, where did this all come from? Look, it's just copies of Kashyyyk Troopers stacked. This is an army builder's dream right here. Oh my... Look at how many. This is a ridiculous amount of these. I only own one. I've been looking for others at good prices. This is just nuts. This is insane. I don't know what to make of this. Oh my, and there's even more. Oh, are you selling these?
I gotta
check with that. Okay. Yeah. Yo, I'm very interested in that. Oh my goodness. Multiple copies of perfect condition Lord of the Rings. I don't even want to touch it, but oh my goodness.
So this out here is just the Star Wars one.
Yeah.
So everything is from Star Wars.
These are this isn't even just modern set. These are the rarest sets.
It's from 1999 to
yeah, you've got the Z95.
2023.
Oh my, which one's this one? Oh, the OG Y-Wing. This was one of my first Lego sets, actually. This was one that I got when it first came out. Oh my goodness, and you even have... And these are sealed?
all sealed.
Okay, where do these come from? Like, where do you find these?
No, because they bought them and then
Yeah.
they collected for like 20 years. So just kept it in a safe.
Wow. I mean, this is just... I've never seen a used Lego store in the US have a selection like this. I mean, this is just like... I feel like I've stumbled into the back rooms of Billund here. I mean, every like Lego store in the US, mostly it's just like one or two of each item. You guys have like 4 copies of this random Ultra Agent set. Like, what? I think that if this store was open in the US, I mean, it would... I think you guys would run out of stock in a week. Like, this is... I've never seen anything like this in all of my travels, honestly. The sheer quantity of just... And it just keeps going. There's... Oh my goodness, look at this. You've got AquaZone, some like vintage stuff too. Oh man, oh my goodness. Holy moly, and there's even more. Oh, I definitely trying to get the Heroica sets. Silver Champ, and then you've even got like individual minifigures. This is insane. I don't know what to make of this. I'm like legitimately at a loss. Look at all the vintage castle sets up there. Just casually, so many vintage castle sets. I mean, we could document this for hours and hours, but... And then, of course, Bricklink A-Full designer sets, just sitting here, Castle in the Forest, it's just on the shelf here, casually. Wow. Oh my god. Well, thank you again for opening this up for me to look around. Oh, look at this. This is one of my favorite Lego Pirate sets. It's also one of the rarest ones. I've never seen it with the box. In fact, 99% of these I've never seen with the box. Black Seas Barracuda for the OG Pirates fans. Oh, the Imperial flagship. Yo, I mean, I have these sets, but it's still just like in the box. It's unbelievable to, because I don't even collect boxes myself, so I rarely ever see things in the boxes. OG UCS Batmobile. One of my favorite Adventurers sets right here. And I mean, you're putting up basically all of these for sale, is that right? Like, that is crazy. I mean, this is an amount of inventory. Oh, I definitely need that set as well. I'm seeing many things that I would like to purchase. Oh, definitely this one too. Oh my goodness, there's so much I'm gonna buy. Oh man, and like, even like the most random old things, like this is from the Discovery Channel International Space Station. It's just so interesting seeing all of these. Is it the Osprey?
Yeah, it is.
Yo! Oh my goodness, this is incredible. Like, what is this? A happy birthday hat. I've never seen this before. This is like, there's stuff I'm just finding here that I've never seen before. Oh my goodness.
Every box here has Lego sets inside.
Every box is
Yeah.
Lego sets inside. Okay, so these are
Yeah.
like rare geographic exclusive poly bags. Like, these are only in London. And you've got like collectible minifigures. I mean, I think I need to spend a long amount of time just looking for stuff. Okay, like Galaxy Explorers. What's this? Oh, it's a Toys R Us exclusive giveaway. Oh man, I definitely need these. Oh. Okay, well, I think it's now probably time for me to actually figure out what I'm buying, because there's often almost an overwhelming amount of stuff, and I think the limiting factor for me here will be suitcase and luggage space, because I only have 2 luggages. One of them is filled with clothes, so I really only have 1 luggage. So I'm gonna have to be very picky about what I get, but oh man, let's go shopping. When editing this video, I realized that the full clip of me shopping was basically 30 minutes long, and essentially I decided that that deserves an entire video to itself. And so tomorrow I will be publishing the full uncut shopping video in this massive Lego warehouse. Here's all that footage super sped up, which was absolutely insane. There were just so many gems and so many different items that I would have loved to pick up, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get every single item I wanted, and honestly I feel like I probably missed a ton of of stuff because, as you can see, there was so much ground to cover here, and I really was on a bit of a timetable because obviously I wanted to also have dinner and get adjusted to the time zone and do some work back at the hotel, so I was really doing my best to just scour this entire place for rare sets. The other thing is that unfortunately some of the rare sets were actually part of the collector's private collection and not actually meant for sale. They were using the warehouse both to sell items but also to just store their own personal sets. So when I got out, I realized that many of the items I got were not actually for sale, but I was able to get a good half, I would say 60% of what I actually set out to get, and I'll post the full haul at the end of this video. With that though, I think it makes sense to move on to the full tour of this massive LEGO store and almost museum gallery in and of itself. I had a great time touring around, and let's take a look at my first impression of the entire store, exploring the entirety of all the displays, all the different sets they had out on stock, and even the strangest official LEGO models and promo items they had on display there. Let's go check it out. I've never seen this before. It is a talking clay from Nexo Knights. Honestly, kind of spooky looking with the way the eyes and mouth are lighting up, but that is so funny. And then look over here. We've got maxi figures, but one of an immense scale that I've never seen before. These are all official LEGO stuff, which is so interesting seeing how it wound up here. So here we have one of the coolest sections of this entire gallery, which you can see a ton of amazing LEGO Star Wars sets and MOCs that are displayed in these really nice cases. These cases are so tempting for me to get for my own LEGO museum. For those who don't know, my goal is to open my own LEGO museum. This is exactly what I have in mind when I think about opening a LEGO museum. So we could honestly just start over here and see some of these figures. My favorite thing about these is that for these in particular, they're displayed by showcasing the year they are from as well as the name of the figure themselves, which is really cool, and I feel like adds a lot of information for the figures themselves, so you are really aware of where they come from. Very cool how that really rare, like incredibly expensive chrome C-3PO is just sitting there. But so much more stuff. Great way to display brick heads, by the way. I really want to display my brick heads like this, honestly. That is a fantastic display for them. But we can move over here and take a look at some of the amazing LEGO Star Wars MOCs and sets. We have 2 copies of the Star Bricks U-Wing project, one with the wings unfurled and one with them curled up. That is so cool because I've never seen these in person. Like, I've seen so many images of these online, but seeing it in person for the UCS U-Wing MOC is absolutely amazing. Of course, you have a couple of UCS style vendors here, hyped for the new one releasing in a few months, and a gigantic clone army. Look at this. Look at all those ARC troopers. That is absolutely insane to see so many of those just standing right there. And even down here, we have a lot of the Geonosius ones, the Senate troopers, we've got Mandos, and of course, a lot of the clone forces down here as well, which is really, really cool to see a lot of the official sets being displayed. One of my favorite models here is actually the UCS style Sebulbus pod racer. It looks to almost be like minifigure scale, which is so cool. This is also a kind of a custom thing to see for the Anakin and Sebulbus pod racers. Very cool to see those models. And then just a crazy fleet of Star Destroyers. Like, this is nuts. Look, those are all Death Troopers. Like, the crazy, insane amount of Death Troopers here. I mean, this is just a sight to behold for sure. And as we move on to here, there are some even more interesting LEGO MOC displays. One thing I actually want to point out are the way that these minifigures are displayed. I am actually very tempted to go back home and redo my minifigure displays to look like this because I love the way this is organized. You've got all the collectible minifigure series arranged with a custom printed backing, and what's really cool is that if you zoom in, you've got the names of the figures themselves as well as the year they came in, so that is actually a really impressive detail to be showcased here, where you can actually see the individual names of every single one of the figures and then be able to see where they're from, which is really, really cool. Moving on to here though, we actually have some large-scale LEGO MOCs, which are amazing. We've got a Game of Thrones MOC here. Love the way the dragon is done. That is built so well. And of course, incredible snowy rock work on the mountain here. That is just so, so cool. And look at all the skeleton armies kind of marching towards there. Very, very cool how that is done. Love the design of that. And then of course, one of my favorite franchises of all time is Lord of the Rings, and we have a gigantic Black Gate MOC. I love how you actually can see the original LEGO set right next to it. Like, this is 2 copies of the OG 2013 set, and then you have this gigantic MOC where you can actually see the cave trolls pushing the gates open, which is a very nice detail. Absolutely love how that detail is kept in. And of course, a ton of custom orcs as well, which look fantastic coming out of the Black Gate. There's an Endor MOC here, which actually integrates a lot of the official LEGO sets, which is always cool to see, MOCs integrating sets. And then we come to my personal favorite MOC here that is just so unbelievably amazing to me, which is a gigantic MOC dedicated to LEGO Castle. We have the official Ideas blacksmith there, which is one of my favorite idea sets of all time. Of course, some Lord of the Rings references there. They're kind of lurking around the pumpkin patch. Of course, maybe running out from Farmer Braun. And then we have some really nice deal sets here where you have kind of a medieval aesthetic mixed in with the dinosaurs, where you have Triceratops and Raptors and all that kind of marching towards the castle. Makes me want to get a ton of extra dinosaurs myself and actually equip them with medieval armor, because that is so cool. And then of course you have this gigantic castle atop the hill. Again, incredible rock work here. I mean, this is just really unbelievable. And I love the medieval villages as well. Honestly, to me, even a bit more interesting than the castle, where you have the really nice roof work being done for the kind of the shingles on the roof. You've got really great rock work and building techniques being used for the chimneys here. Just absolutely fantastic in terms of the different types of things you can see. Now, of course, there are even more displays, because this is not just a LEGO store. It is a full gallery in its own right, where you've got a whole section dedicated to modular buildings here, so some fantastic displays over here. And then, of course, as we turn around, we get to some of my favorite aspects of this entire gallery, which are a combination of MOCs from Singaporean and Asian LEGO builders from all around the community, but also showcases of some of the coolest vintage LEGO sets, like this vintage LEGO castle display here. And if we come over here, there's a display of some of the rarest LEGO items ever, where you can look here. These are exclusive to Japan. Essentially, they were kind of combining LEGO with these different fabric pieces. Some of the most obscure LEGO sets ever. I would love to own one of those one day. And we actually have a lot of LEGO Inside Tour minifigures here, which are really cool to see. Some souvenirs from the actual LEGO Inside Tour, which is certainly not something you see every day. Now, moving on to here, one of my favorite builds here is actually this one, which is a fairly simple build, but it's combining the vintage LEGO Islanders themes, and you can see that they got 4 different copies of the river plate and basically made a gigantic river, which is really cool to see that fully being made. Moving onwards, lots of vintage castle, of course, a full fleet of vintage LEGO pirate ships, which is just so cool to see. And we can get to even more unique sets. We have a build that's actually inspired by Star Wars Visions, that was one of my favorite episodes of Visions for the latest season, so very cool to see that actually done in LEGO. And here we have IRL physically some of ChubbyBots' MOCs. Now, if you don't know who ChubbyBots is, definitely go check him out on YouTube. I'm a huge fan of ChubbyBots. I've been following him for years now, and I've actually built some of his MOCs. I've tried to recreate them myself at home. One of the most talented LEGO mech builders out there, and it is really cool to see him actually displaying some of his builds physically in this gallery. Of course, we have all these gigantic LEGO maxi figures as well, which are official LEGO figures, which is very funny to actually see them being added here. And you can see the scale of this right next to me. That is absolutely gargantuan. I have never seen one this big before. Moving onwards, a lot of great MOCs here. We've got some Singaporean skyline MOCs, of course, continuing alongside with the pirate ships. And now here's my favorite LEGO set of all time, Ninjago City from the original 2017 LEGO Ninjago movie set line. Absolutely cool to see that. Of course, we have even more MOCs here, like a gigantic mech being built. And one of my favorite things is that you can actually zoom in and see the MOC is. So there's a QR code that kind of directs you to where you can find the builders. This is made by a Malaysian LEGO builder, for example, which I really think is cool to spotlight the different builders from around the community. And of course, moving onwards here, well, right over here we have the shop area, which is, again, insane. And we're going to spend a lot of time talking about the shop in this video. But we can continue to keep on seeing stuff like a massive Zeta-class cargo shuttle from Rogue One in the UCS format, which is so cool to see. A whole section dedicated to Boba Fett, which is very cool. A lot of Star Wars stuff. And if you come over here, look at this. This is an incredible LEGO Star Wars minifigure collection actually compiled by Nutbricks. Again, check him out on Instagram right there and TikTok as well. But this is a great spread of some of the rarest LEGO Star Wars minifigures ever. I see Phase 2 Rex. I see a ton of the exclusive clones. I see a lot of the rarest LEGO Jedi out there. This is so cool. You've got the Chrome Stormtrooper as well and the metal blue B2 Battle Droid. This is so cool to see fully on display, and I love the bleacher style display that it has to really showcase all the minifigures. That's one of my favorite aspects about a display like this. Now we have even more incredibly rare things here, a collection of sealed LEGO vintage sets, which was very cool when I walked in the door until I walked in the warehouse and saw so many other sealed sets that were incredibly rare and vintage. I mean, that's just so interesting to see. Oh, look at that. That is a Comic-Con Unikey. I actually don't have that one. That is very cool to see that featured right there for the Comic-Con stuff. And of course, we have a whole selection of different types of things. We've got adventures, a classic adventure set. Oh, that is so cool. I just noticed this. These are some of the OG LEGO style of cars that they used back before when LEGO bricks were kind of first being made. Very cool to see those on display. Of course, Star Wars buildable figures. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh my goodness, sealed LEGO Castle battle packs. Very cool to see that. A copy of the Ghost, but there were like 7 sealed copies of it in the back room, so you know, that's just like another one. It's the 8th one here. Whoops, sorry, back into that. We have a whole selection of Brick Vault mocks here, which is very cool to see. A lot of the Brickmania mocks, my apologies. These are the Brickmania builds, which are so cool. Love these as display kits. And it just keeps on going, because right here we have a selection dedicated to LEGO superhero minifigures from Marvel to DC. This is a full-on selection. And again, the way that these are displayed is really satisfying to me to just see all of these displayed on bleachers. Now, one of my favorite mocks here is actually just taking the official LEGO Rivendell set and elevating it on a rockwork base plate. It really just adds a lot to the scene and makes it feel more alive, which is very cool to see that being fully built. And then over here, we've got a section dedicated to some of the rarest LEGO Star Wars items ever, from the Comic-Con brickheads, to the chrome Darth Vader, to the employee gift, to the VIP frame, and of course, a limited edition C-3PO in the bag still. That is crazy to actually see that. I don't think I've ever even seen that in person myself, to actually have that in the bag. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, there's so much to see here that I can't even sum this up in just one video. I almost might need to make multiple videos for this, because this is just so cool. And as we work our way into the shop, I mean, you can just see the incredible selection of sealed sets that we've got here. Some of the rarest LEGO Star Wars sets ever. 2013 ATTE, 2015 MTT, 2012 Jabba's Palace. We've got the TIE Fighter Carrier from Star Wars Rebels in like 2016. 2 more copies. How many copies of the Ghost are here? This is like 10 now. Of course, you have the Phantom as well. Very cool to see that. Saw a lot of those in the back as well. And just a great selection of stuff. And really, when I say there's stuff here from all eras of LEGO, there's really something from pretty much every era of LEGO. I saw the Yellow Castle in the back. There are some incredibly rare items, and even just going along to this section right here, just mixed in with some of these different sets from all the years, we've got this set right here, which is, what year is this from? Let's see, this is like one of the oldest LEGO sets out there. This is from World City, so definitely a really rare one. I think 2003, 2004, if I remember correctly, but so cool to see that here. We have some Island Extreme stunt sets, so again, all sealed. And that's what's really special and unique about this store, is that pretty much everything is sealed. Maybe there's 1 or 2 used items that might be in the back, but for the most part, everything is fully sealed, which is insane to see. I think we can end the tour of this outer section with a look at this incredible LEGO Disney mock. I love how they've taken the actual LEGO Disney castle set and just elevated up on this massive stand. Have a big fountain here, like the Jack Sparrow sitting in the fountain as well. That is a really funny detail. And overall, if you are in Singapore, this is not a destination to miss. If you are a LEGO fan, even if you don't intend to buy anything, this is as much of a museum as it is a LEGO store. And that's my favorite thing about it. I mean, this is probably, for me, one of the most inspiring LEGO art galleries and displays that I've ever been to in my life, because one of my goals is to make a LEGO museum, and they've done it. I mean, this is it. The cases, everything, the presentation is phenomenal, and this is just so cool to see in person. Absolutely, pictures and videos do not do this place justice. If you are in the area, or if you are ever visiting Singapore, you must visit this location, because this is just so cool. And thank you to everybody for being so hospitable with this amazing tour that I've been given. Now let's go check out my haul. So here's my massive haul from HobbyVerse. I will go much more in-depth into what each of these items are and also the logic behind why I got them in tomorrow's video, where I actually filmed a segment in the store talking through each and every one of the items. But just as a quick sneak peek, you can see a ton of regional exclusives, of course an amazing gift of the 90 years of play bag, but also some Toys R Us exclusives which no longer are available in the US. Got the Marvel minifig series, a Belleville advent calendar from 2005, a Scooby-Doo set I didn't own yet, and overall just a ton of rare LEGO items that I'm so happy to have been able to add to my collection. Of course, there were still so many items I wish I could have picked up, but alas, I couldn't get everything, and I really had to pick and choose in terms of what items I wanted to get. Overall, HobbyVerse was one of the coolest LEGO stores that I have ever been to because, again, it felt more like a museum than a standard store. Seeing all this stuff like from the inside tour and even all sorts of unique LEGO displays and mocks, especially the ones from builders like ChubbyBots, who I really admire so much, was such a blast to see in person. And of course, all the minifigures they had on display was just the icing on the top. And that warehouse, oh my goodness, comment down below because I was freaking out when I saw this warehouse. I do not think I've ever been in such a state of shock and confusion and just pure excitement upon seeing this. What a crazy warehouse. I wonder if they will ever be able to work through and sell all of these sets. I mean, I'm sure if they put them up on Bricklink, those would sell immediately because this is just insane how many sealed sets they just had in the backlog. All the ghosts, all the Star Wars battle packs, just a crazy experience. And once again, thank you so much to everybody at HobbyVerse who made my experience such a good one. I had so much fun just exploring around the store, taking photos, getting a chance to look at the exhibits, and this really inspired me to start thinking about how I want to build my own LEGO museum in the future, because I feel like in the future, if I were to make a LEGO museum, again, as I said, I would love for my displays to look exactly like these. I love the black and dark aesthetic mixed in with the bright lights shining on the displays themselves. Seeing a mix of sets and mocks all showcased together was so much fun, and then just going into the warehouse in the back stock room, which was totally unexpected, was the icing on the cake. As one final note, I do want to give a major shout out to all the fans who commented on my initial video. I initially put out a video saying I was going to Singapore, please leave me recommendations for where to go, and HobbyVerse was not even on my radar whatsoever until I got flooded with comments of people saying to go to HobbyVerse. It's so new, I believe it opened a few months ago, that it doesn't even appear on Google Maps, so when I searched LEGO or used LEGO store or used toy store on Google Maps in Singapore, HobbyVerse didn't even come up. So there was literally no way I would have even found this place if you folks didn't tell me that I needed to go. And also, if the folks running HobbyVerse didn't reach out to me, shout out to Nutbricks, go check them out on Instagram, to actually come and visit, because this was so special. They again opened up the store just for me to kind of have an exclusive tour, to really just get a ton of footage and be able to showcase it. I really wish I was able to go again. They offered to hold an even more involved session to meet other Singaporean LEGO fans, which unfortunately conflicted with some stuff on my trip, so I wasn't able to make that. But now I definitely have to go back to Singapore and go back to HobbyVerse, and I would highly encourage anybody in the Singapore area, or if you're considering traveling to Singapore, check out this amazing store because I had a blast. And again, huge shout out to all the amazing hospitality and the incredible displays and warehouse I was able to see. And of course, after spending hours exploring their store, we got a chance to have a delicious meal together at a local restaurant that they recommended, which was absolutely fantastic. If y'all know Food Bricks, my other food channel, you know I love food, so this was just the icing on the cake and the perfect way to end my amazing adventure in HobbyVerse Singapore. Alright, with that we've summed up my incredible LEGO shopping adventure in HobbyVerse Singapore. Again, thank you so much to the entire crew for being so hospitable and showing me around and being willing to open up the store on a day they're normally closed just so I could go in and get private footage. That really meant a lot, and I certainly know the next time I visit Singapore, I for sure will be back. That's all for this video. Of course, let me know in the comments, what do you think of this insane LEGO store? I wouldn't even really call it a used LEGO store because pretty much everything they had was mint and sealed, which was just insane to me. I mean, you never see anything like this in the US. When you go to a secondhand LEGO store, they have some sealed sets, but usually it's mostly opened and used, maybe missing a couple of pieces. No. This was a literal warehouse full of sealed LEGO sets. Of course, stay tuned for our video coming out tomorrow at this time, noon PST, where I will be going through the entire shopping spree extravaganza that I had in their massive LEGO warehouse. That was such a blast. I literally went around for 30 minutes shopping, and the raw footage of me just going through, tearing that place up is going to be published tomorrow. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and this is the first of many videos to come about my Singapore LEGO shopping adventure. After these 2 videos, I'll put out a general video on all of the locations that I visited over my trip in Singapore. And a while after that, I will be putting out a video on literally having the Bionicle dream in real life. Walking into a store and seeing rows and rows of sealed LEGO Bionicle sets. The reason why I'm waiting to publish that is because I actually ended up having to ship these Bionicle sets home, and they're not gonna come until like November. So I am waiting for that. Fingers crossed they actually get to me. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this first of many Singapore LEGO shopping videos. Thanks so much for tuning in, and bye for now.